Welcome back to another episode of UNTalk. Today we are here in the Pan Pan Bakery located in Arlington, Texas. We will go inside and interview some of the people, see what the vibes are about. But before I forget, we are in collaboration with Ardillando. So underneath you will be seeing Spanish subtitles. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we're here with the owner of Pan Pan, but I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
My name is Laura Molinar, and I'm the owner of Pan Pan Bakery and Cafe here in Worthington Gardens.
So how did the bakery come to be? Like, what was the process and such?
As far as my experience in the baking industry and getting into the space, I was doing pop-ups for a couple of years throughout high school and college, just kind of selling my pan dulces and my baked goods all around the Metroplex. And at one of those pop-ups, this man had approached me. He was just basically explaining to me that he knew of a bakery owner who needed to retire his space. And I ended up coming to that bakery, which is this one here. And we talked to the previous tenant, we subleased out the space. And that's kind of how Pan Pan Bakery and Cafe came to be.
Nice. So have you been baking for a while? Like before, how did you get into that?
I have been baking for as long as I can remember, even before I realized that it was something that I was passionate about. So during my early childhood, I would always sketch out my birthday cake because I knew what flavor I wanted, what buttercream flavor I wanted, what the design was gonna look like. And it actually was really full circle too, because I had my manager. We would bake a lot when we were little. So I think we were about I think I was 7, and I told her I want a zebra rainbow makeup birthday cake. Me and my childhood best friend, we would bake. We baked this birthday cake together, and it was something that I loved to do growing up, and it was very full circle because she actually ended up being the manager here for a couple of months, and she's helped us out so much. So I have a lot of fond memories with baking, so that's kind of where that started.
Who would you say was the biggest inspiration?
The biggest inspiration for me was probably my dad. Even though he had nothing to do with the baking side, I think the inspiration that I pull from him is the passion that goes behind the actual business. He had introduced me to that Japanese culture. He's a very big fan of Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, what is it called? The Knights of the Zodiac. He's a big fan of that one, of all of the old school animes. It's a very prevalent part in Mexican culture that they would just dub those in Spanish. And they would show me that when I was younger. Whenever I started getting older, I started watching kind of new era animes like Psyche K. I watched a lot of Studio Ghibli as well, and just seeing the food and the culture through those is kind of what has inspired me too. So he definitely led me there, and he's very passionate about his work, and he always told me, if you do what you love, the money will come eventually. He would always just reiterate stuff like that. If you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life, and I'm here to vouch for that, and I'm really happy it did turn out.
Yeah, of course. I ended up watching Dragon Ball Z.
Did you really? Dude, yeah.
My dad would also watch it dubbed in Spanish and everything, and I think there's a big love for Japanese culture because it's similar to Mexican culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
And why, besides your dad liking the anime, is there a reason you chose to do a fusion between Mexican and Japanese culture?
Well, whenever I think of the two, it's kind of a huge contrast in what immediately comes to mind when I think of both cultures. Whenever I think of the Mexican culture, I think home, familiarness, you go anywhere, buenos dias, buenas tardes, se dan beso, you know what I mean? Everyone's hugging and kissing each other. And then whenever I think of Japanese culture, I think a lot more precision, I feel like it's very, they're a lot different whenever it comes to just their way of executing everything, and their way of life. So combining those two, whenever we make our breads and then our drinks and everything, we really do try to deliver that Japanese precision and accuracy. Whenever I think of it, they're very, very hands-on, they're very precise and with everything that they do. So we do try to bring that into our product, and then with that sense of familiarness that comes along with Mexican culture, and that sense of home and familiarity.
Have you been to Japan before?
Yes, I've been 4 times.
Oh
And they, you know, I think it's like you go and you can't go anywhere else. That's me. I'm living in that curse right now. But every time there's so much to discover, and they have such a different bread culture over there too that you can't experience. I feel like almost anywhere else in the world, their creativity and the way that they balance flavors is very unique to Japanese culture for sure.
So you brought some of those inspirations.
Yeah, 100%.
Integrated it into
100%. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you so
honestly.
much. Thank you.
And Japan sounds really, really fun to begin with.
No, it's awesome. Yeah.
What about the breads? Like, is there a bread that you enjoy very much out of the whole selection? Because there's quite a lot.
Yes, I absolutely love all of our shopan. So that's going to be a traditional Japanese bread that has it's basically a milk bread that's wrapped in a little pat of butter in there. Whenever it melts in the oven, the bottom gets crispy and it gets super nice and buttery throughout. So we have that. We also like to integrate different flavors into it. So we do like a Nutella one, that's sweet and salty combination, and everything bagel that brings that savoriness that we typically look for in breakfasts here in America. Ham and cheese that brings like a nice hearty experience to a regular shopan. And then we have much more plans for that one in store. Our milk bread conchas are also a great option for, you know, those who like a sweeter pan dulce.
I did have this big curiosity with like social media, how it blew up.
Yes,
the bakery
absolutely.
blew up, and how did that affect you, your family, the business? How do you feel? What do you think?
So for me, I mean, it was a pretty insane transition. A lot of people will come in here and they'll almost be like kind of shocked, or like they'll turn like really clammy whenever they say I'm like, they're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in, you know, I'm like, for me, I always keep in mind throughout this entire process that before any social media, like some people like even are like, oh, you're like influencer, you know what I mean? Like those hundreds and thousands of followers I've had on social media, like that's awesome. But before I'm this or that on social media, before I'm like influencer or whatever they want to call it, I'm, you know, here to serve the community first. And I'm just a baker. I do what I love. I just a barista, you know what I mean? So whenever they come in, I want them to know like I'm coming with them with that humility and gratitude that I'm here to serve them. And I honestly think that's probably why we've gained so much traction on social media as well. And yeah, I think it's been a really fun process to navigate, you know, so many new opinions, and we have like a thread of comments that has over 600 comments of people saying like, come to California. So being able to see that too, it's like opening up so much potential for my business, and really we're looking towards optimizing that potential and reaching into those opportunities for sure.
Like walking in there, it feels so homey. I mean, you see like all the Mexican like breads. You also see it's very visible. When you walk in, it's very visible. You see the candy, you see the plates that are inspired by Mexican technique. If not even inspired, like it's made by actual
artisans, from Mexico. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I love the vibe. I love the vibe.
Thank you so much. That's so good. It's very curated. I tell everyone everything from the trash can to the napkin dispenser I've thought of very deeply, you know what I mean? So every single detail in there is thought of for the experience of the customer and to execute the concept as best as I could, even down to the smallest detail. So I'm glad that came. Yeah, I'm glad that came through. That's awesome.
Yeah, I did see that you got recognition from SZA. I think that's what Diana said.
She liked my post. I was like, SZA. I was like, SZA, wait. No, I told all my staff that, man. They went crazy the whole day. I was like, guys, SZA.
We're waiting on SZA though.
She saw my Instagram. When are you coming, boo?
Yeah.
She need to come. She needs to come.
Hit her up.
Yep.
I really appreciate that you took the time to talk to us and show us, you know, the passion, how grateful, and the vulnerability that has all come into this bakery.
Thank you so much for covering it. It really does mean a lot whenever, you know, people come out and they cover our story and, you know, who we are here. It really does. It makes like all those hard nights that I was here by myself, my mom and I, it really does feel like it paid off.
Y'all should come and visit Pan Pan
Thank
Bakery.
you.
It was amazing. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
How long have you been working here?
So I've been working with Pan Pan since December, so about 10 months now. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite dishes to make?
My favorite things to make are cinnamon rolls. I really like making pumpkin bread. What else? Cookies. S'mores cookies, my favorite.
What does a typical day look like?
So a typical day, we come in super early, 3:30 a.m. we get ready, we gear up and everything. We start pulling out all the breads that we're gonna bake that day, make sure everything's accounted for. And then pretty much the first thing we start with is conchas.
And do you know how much bread y'all actually pull? If we have a number?
Yeah. So like weekdays, I think we do maybe about like 150-ish conchas. Like our rolls and our kolaches, we do like 100, about like that. On Saturday, though, Friday and Saturday, I think we've done up to like 400 conchas, like 200 shiopan, like 4 batches of cinnamon rolls is a crazy amount.
And how has like media improved business for you guys?
So like the day that it went viral, like all of our baristas came in and she was like, "Hey, SZA liked our video. Did you see that SZA liked the video?" I was like, "What video?" And then I watched the TikTok, and then we saw that it had like 100 million views or something like that. That day was kind of crazy because there was a big old line, and it was like a regular Monday or like a regular Tuesday, so our bake was really low. We had so many people, and that day we just baked, and then after that our bakes just increased. Our bakes per day just increased. Now we have people coming from all over, like people that tell us that they're coming from like Arizona or like New York, or they're like, "Can you ship your bread? Can we get some cookies and stuff like that?"
Well, guys, thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys learned as much as I did. Until next time, bye.
Am I giving dog? Be honest.
Hold the pose. Hold the pose.
See, hopefully she brings